There's only kind of the two words that we say to the kids. You need to show up, you need to do your work, and you need to be nice. Our philosophy with them is relentless kindness, with both of those words being equally important. Relentless kindness.
We treat our students in our program like a family. It's family style. They have a primary resource specialist, but everybody else is extended. Anybody that's met our staff over there, all the way from our resource specialists to our part-time instructors to our support staff, Miss Arlene, they know they're loved. So extended family, and that means that we're teaching and role modeling for our students how to love and be compassionate with each other. Foundation semester, we expect our students to finish that semester with B's or above, and we tell them that because in high school, even though they earn high school credit for a D, we tell them that is not how the world works. You cannot do below average and still maintain a job. Be married to your data. Where are your weaknesses and how can you change? And that means reviewing your curriculum and the things that you've been doing, and you're married to those. Recognize, just be married to the success, not to the idea of that activity.
Our philosophy is really quite simple. Every student matters, and every staff member's number one priority is to get to know our students and to support them in their goals. We know that they have stressful and complicated lives, and we need to be one step ahead of them so that those challenges and hardships don't just completely derail them.
We had to build a strong team. We could no longer operate with a director solely. We operate with an administrative team. Every member of the administrative team is an advisor, and all but the director are instructors. Everybody is cross-trained to make sure we can get the maximum effect. But we couldn't do it alone. So therefore we reached out and we established an advisory committee. And who do we put on the advisory committee? An alumni. Because those are the people who have had the experience and could best advise us as to what to do.
Our model for holistic student support is around connection and individualization. And so that means we've got, at any time, 60 students running around with 60 different plans, and it takes everyone's eyes and ears and hearts in order to keep track of everyone and keep everyone moving in the right direction. We try to model the respect and kindness that we want from them and how valuable they are to the program, and it's a really consistent message from every staff person involved.
We utilize our part-time instructors that really have that heart to, so I increased their semester contract hours to include some additional support to help with the resource specialist, doing home visits and that kind of stuff. Again, what I mentioned earlier is really like that extended family.
One of the things that is virtually mandatory is to have an orientation for parents. So that because we have every member of the administrative team being an advisor, that advisor is responsible for knowing everything about the individual student, including the parent.
So the goal of intrusive advising is to create positive and caring relationships so that you can prevent problems from happening and derailing your students. And a second thing that we do is attendance tracking, and not just so that we can collect their apportionment for attendance, but so that the students know that they're missed. So if they're gone, we're calling. Usually during the first hour or two of school, where are you? We miss you here. Can you get here for half of the day if you can't be here? It gives us a chance to connect with parents if the students don't answer the phone themselves. So just every way possible to connect with the students when they come back. We make sure that they feel really welcome and that know that we're happy to see them back.
One thing that I'm really happy about is how we do progress reports. So we have a scheduled timeline. The first week when our students are, we do it for foundation as well, but the first week when our students are enrolled in college, they're required to send a personal email and CC their resource specialist to each of their instructors. Well, it really quickly touches them in a different way, and all of a sudden these professors are just loving us, and all of a sudden they know who Nick belongs to. So they love our kids because they have a tattletale for our kids. You know, some people might see that as a negative. I want them to come to us fast. The minute they are worried that Nick's not doing okay, or he bombed a test, or he's not showing up.
As you know from this morning, our students come in with a really low incoming GPA, high school GPA, and they're simply not ready for college classes. So we tried at first to put them in college classes, in the right college classes, and just the right combination, and it didn't work because they were not ready. And so we don't do any developmental classes. We don't do English 085 or English 095. We don't do math 075 or math 085, math 095. Now, of course we do, but we do it on the non-credit side of the house. For me, I don't think that students come to Gateway because they want to graduate with 50 college credits. We want that. But I want them to graduate able to do college. And that's different than having college credits, and so getting them to that point. And D isn't for done with us, right? We say that all the time. You've got to do the C or better, because otherwise you can't continue in college.
Data becomes an important part of your marketing tool. I mean, we utilize our data. We just recently went to the largest employer in the city, the Cooper Healthcare System, and we were able to get them to approve in principle a project which will provide information on career pathways. It will provide an opportunity for students to shadow. It will provide an opportunity for internships, and it will lead to employment. But you can only do that if you can show them your program is making a positive impact. So we need to be very careful about our data, because that is what is going to bring and sustain the program, or is going to bring the program down.
So this summer, we're going through and we're realigning a couple of our courses because we know our students aren't being successful in college courses that directly feed from those. And so I look at the high fail rate classes, and what we recognized this year is there were a few in particular, and it was directly stemmed from the way we do English and reading. And so we realign that. We're working with college faculty. They're bought in. They love it that we actually ask them for their expertise. And it works out great. Everybody loves Gateway now.
Right.